Everyone, welcome to our weekly conference meeting, October 28, 2020. Notice that this meeting has been duly advertised in compliance with the provision of the Open Public Meeting Law. Please be advised that this meeting is being order recorded for possible later playback. Everyone, please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, individual, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Here.
Councilwoman Hess.
Here.
Councilman Jackson.
Here.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Here.
Councilman Stropoli.
Present.
President Randolph Sharp. President Randolph Sharp. Mayor.
Here. Second reading, ordinance 2018, amendment ordinance 2015-13, zoning destination. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting to the public for any questions or comments regarding ordinance 2020-18. Seeing none, close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion, please.
I'll make a motion that we approve this ordinance.
And a second, please.
Second.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico. Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Stropoli.
Yes.
All right, next, consent agenda. The items listed below are considered routine by the Borough of Lindenwold and will be enacted upon in one motion. There will be no formal discussions of these items. If discussion is desired, these items will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Entertain a motion for resolution 2020-179 through 181, please.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico. Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Stropoli.
Yes.
Okay, first up next is best practice checklist.
Good evening. The best practices inventory assesses each municipality's compliance with various laws and evaluates implementation of fiscal and operational best practices. The 2020 inventory features 9 new questions and some repeat questions on a variety of topics, which include personnel, budget, financial administration, capital projects, transparency, COVID-19 responses, procurement, cybersecurity, shared services, opportunity zones, pilots and ratables, liquor licensing, environment, planning, and economic development. There are a total of 60 questions, and they are distributed among 3 scoring categories. Those categories are as follows. Core competencies, there are 20 questions. Best practices, there are 9 questions. And unscored survey questions, there are 31. Each municipality must receive a minimum score of 16 on the inventory in order to receive its full final aid payment. Based on my initial responses for all of the scored questions, the Borough of Lindenwold has received a preliminary score of 19, resulting in no aid being withheld. Thus, the town will receive the full final aid payment. All of council has a copy of the preliminary questionnaire. If there are any questions or concerns that you have with regards to the preliminary questionnaire, please reach me no later than 12 p.m. on Monday, November 2nd, as the best practices inventory must be submitted to the division no later than Tuesday, November 3rd. Again, Tuesday, November 3rd is the deadline to submit our best practices inventory. Mayor, that concludes my update for the best practices checklist.
Thank you. Next up, engineering report. Anthony, you have anything?
I am. I got John.
Hello.
So from this, you received the project tax report. So we have no proposals. no projects in design right now, so I'll start with the grant. The financial year 2021 and the DOT municipal aid application, we submitted that on June 25th, and we are awaiting award, which should be any week now for the next phase of the Lindenwold Department. Then we have the 2020 Transportation Alternative Set-Aside Program. This is for the high school bicycle path throughout the high school property. We got authorization to apply for that, and we are putting that into stage currently. And moving on to projects and construction, a quick update on the traffic signal upgrade. It's complete. We plan to get out there next week to do a final checklist to make sure everything's good. Project came in within budget and it's going pretty well. And lastly is the repaving of Lindentown. That was for the phase 1, which was funded with the 2019 municipal aid. That construction is complete. We received the final payment and we're just waiting maintenance by the contractor. Any questions?
Anybody from council have any questions for Anthony? All right, thank you, Anthony.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone from council have anything they want to bring up?
Yes, I can know.
Okay.
This is Elizabeth. I just want to say that that this year, due to COVID, we won't be having the big meeting with Santa at the library. So I thought we would do it helpful for these concepts instead. I'm just trying to get all this to work. So if there are any residents out there that have any ideas, please contact me at ls@lindenwold.net, and we can work together as a community to make this a huge success this year. Again, I'm just starting. I don't have any ideas. I just wanted to try and, get everybody's input on what anybody wants to do or how we can go about doing this to make it a success. That's all I know.
Thank you. Anyone else from council? Hearing none, I'll bring us up to our weekly updates. As of today, we are now at 646 cases of COVID. And eight deaths, for which some reason we lost 3. So that's a good thing. The bad thing is, in the last 14 days, we've had 58 new cases of COVID. 7 today, 7 yesterday, 10 on Saturday. They're all in the ages of between 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. Please, and I can't state this enough, please wear your mask, wash your hands, stay home as much as you can. Do whatever you have to do because it's starting to take off in Lindenwold again, and it's something we have to get a hold of. My mother is dying from this right now. She's 86, and I'm rather kind of taken back by all of this, and people just think this is something to take lightly. Well, it's not. I watched the lady today going out to put her pallet in the box, and she had no mask on, and she was walking up behind other people. People, you must wear your masks. It's important to save everybody's life. Please wear your masks. All right. Yes.
Can I just add something to that?
Sure.
With the contact tracing Camden County's doing, they're seeing that despite it coming up with a lot of house parties, like there people are doing small gatherings, and that's where tracing is finding people are getting the disease from. So try not to go to little house parties, try to do stuff outside. So just keep in mind, like Mayor said, wear your mask, wash your hands, be safe. That's all I have.
Thank you. I've noticed a lot of gatherings at the parks. They're having parties at our park and stuff. We really need to do something about, letting them know that we're not allowing it and not permitting it, and find a way to stop it. I've watched people up on the amphitheater and large groups having dance parties and stuff like that. It's got to stop. It's not the right time. And I'm sorry to say, but the younger generation can deal with this, but the older generation that they take it home to can't. So please pay close attention to what you're doing when you're out there. right, I'm sorry, Dawn, you have something?
Yes, I just wanted to just give a quick update. Of course, everyone is aware that the census ended on October 15th, and it looks like we ended with a 56.9% response rate. It's not where we were in 2010, but we did we made a great effort to try to get as many residents as we possibly could to complete their surveys, but we fell a little short. So we really don't know at this point how it will affect us in terms of, funding and things like that, but we are at 56.9% to date.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else from council? Seeing none, open to the public. Anybody from the public wishing to speak, please state your name and address for the record, and please go ahead.
My name is 637 Fifth Avenue. I just want to know how members of the community know when lots are available on our joint land use board or any other of our committees. Like, for example, last year, Sam was at it, and no one else was ever notified of those things, and now Sam is gone, and there's still no notice that there's an opening. So when you recruit people for the committee, like, who makes the decision? For that, you have to be like family members, but basically that's all there is.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't family members.
Well, that's all it is.
Diane, if you read anything about the Joint Land Use Board, the members of the Joint Land Use Board are appointed by the mayor. It's the only appointment I have. So, yes, I appoint the members of the Joint Land Use Board. If you wish to be a member and be considered for it, you can submit your name, but there are no openings right now on the Joint Land Use Board.
So that's what I'm saying. You never know when there's openings because it's never posted.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
That's my point.
That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do.
You just appoint anybody. No one else can do so long. I don't understand.
All right, anyone else with the public have anything they would like to say?
Yeah, Trevor Shaw, corner of Norcross and Wilson.
What's the number?
Where when you say,
Trevor, what's the number?
I'm sorry?
What's the number on?
You have it on your tax record.
I,
When you say if discussion is desired for the consent agenda item, how do we notify you that discussion is desired?
the discussion is for council, it's not for the public.
But to the public never to discuss resolutions.
You can discuss the resolution at the next meeting, if there's a problem or concern.
Okay, well, there's an ongoing concern because free words don't really provide enough description as to what it is you guys are doing. So my question is, do you feel that the vague encrypted consent agendas and executive sessions are in line with your promise to provide the most transparent administration in the small district?
All right, Trevor, we'll take that under advisement. Is there anything else you have?
Well, yeah, so we've inquired about the lack of programming at the senior and community center. Not just this year, but in all years. And we've been told that there's only about a dozen or so people that to meet there once a week. So that being said, when it comes to the cost to insure and maintain that building, are they divided amongst the 18,000 people who live here or the 12 that have access to it?
I'll have to look into that and we'll have to get back to you, Trevor.
Okay, fair enough. And one last question. At the end of this year, the Lindenwold Public Library will have been closed more days than it will be open. Will taxpayers see a reduction in taxes for the reduction in services?
Unfortunately, Trevor, I'll have to look into that and get back to you.
Fair enough. You guys have my contact info, and I'll await a response. If not, we can follow up for the next council meeting.
That works for me. Have a nice day.
Thanks.
All right, anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Seeing none, close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.